Hi, it's Andy Phillips here and welcome to the 21-day Business and Digital Marketing Training course. This is day 9 and this is Campaign Ignition sequence. And today we're going to be looking at something which is we have to do all the time as marketers, which is sending broadcast emails. So over the last few days we've had a look at setting up automations, which is really the power of ActiveCampaign. And we've set this first one up, which as you can see we've actually set a number of emails within the sequence. This is the bridge sequence, and then we set them through to an offer at the bottom here, which is all great. That's absolutely fantastic. So once you've actually started building your list up, you will send people through to these automations, these different emails that go out over different periods of time. So you're actually putting your business on autopilot, but every so often you're going to want to send a broadcast email out to them. This is an email which might be for a specific event. It could be a new event that's coming up. It could be an offer that you want to send out. And to do that, you want to send a one-off email to them. And it's very, very simple to do that. You do that via campaigns. So instead of automations, we're just going to go to campaigns. This is a brand new installation of ActiveCampaign, so it always comes up with this right at the beginning, which you can click on, create a new campaign. But normally you just click on the new campaign on the right-hand side here. There's a few different things you can do with campaign types, but what we're really going to use is this most of the time. You can have a look at these other ones and see if they're going to be right for what you're doing. Split testing is quite a cool little idea, but we're just going to send a standard, regular, one-time email out, and so we just need to give it a title. So I'm going to just give it a title, which is this simple lead generation system. So that's what I'm calling my email, and we're going to click on next. Now what's going to happen now is we're going to go to tell it what list we want. Now we don't want to send it to the whole list. We only want to send it to the people who we want, because we've tagged them in some specific way. So what we do is we click on segment selected list. So I'm going to create a new segment. I'm going to call it just simple lead generation system. That's going to be my segment, and the people that I want to send it to, I'm going to click on this add segment group, and I want to go into the contact details and pick a tag. And so a tag exists, and I'm going to pick the tag that I want to send it to. So I'm going to send it to these people that we've sent the automation to already, and click on done, and then click on next. So what I've just done here is I've actually chosen the whole list, because I've only got one list, but I've tagged people who have done specific things. So the tag I actually picked was the people who downloaded my 5 points conversion PDF. So now I'm going to send this email just to that segment group that were tagged as people who had downloaded that PDF. And this is what you're going to do all the time. You're going to tag people in certain ways, and then you can send a broadcast email specifically to those people who were tagged. So now what's come up is the themes, the different themes we have. And if I just go to the bottom here, I'll choose 50 per page so you can see all the themes. Just let that load up. Now you can see there's lots and lots of different themes on this page to choose from. You're not going to use all of them. In fact, as a business, what tends to happen is you'll either use something which is incredibly simple, just a text-based one like we've done before. Something like this one. This is the one that I use quite a lot, or I do my own ones, but just very much a very text-based email. I take this off, and the reason why I do that is because I want it to feel like it's coming from me personally. It's an email from me, and I wouldn't put loads of pictures and graphics and everything else in there if it was coming actually from me personally. And I like to do that quite a lot. However, there are a lot of businesses out there who want a really well designed business email to go out once a month or something like that. So you can use any of these, or you can do your own. And so I'll just quickly preview this. The great thing about the preview on this is as well, if you look at the way the email will look when it gets sent out, you can also look how it looks on a mobile as well. So you can see that doesn't look too bad. But you can change whatever you want. And what I'd suggest you do is have a look at these, just preview a few and sort of choose the one that looks about the best for your business, and then stick to that one so you get some consistency, some continuity between the emails that you send out. That way when people get your emails, they're going to say, oh, I understand where this is coming from, and they know that it's coming from you. And just a quick word on, you can actually change some of these things as well. So if you look at a preview of this one, for instance, this is one that is a very simple email that goes out, which is basically for a webinar. So you've got click your spot here. This will go through to a landing page or a web sign up, a webinar sign up page. And I quite like the look of it. It's quite clean, it's quite tidy. So what I did was if I just preview this one here, I changed a few things and I saved it as my own. So I've got my own logo in there. You can change the text in these sort of things. So if I, for instance, quickly use this one, so instead of previewing it, I say use this design. I can give it a title, Simple Lead Generation System, because I'm sending this out as some information to my audience, my tagged audience. So I just click on continue, and what it'll do is open up the email editor, so you can actually edit your email. So I'm going to change the name of that. So now we've got next exclusive webinar is Simple Lead Generation System. So I can change all this text. I put my own picture in there, put my name on there, and the date and everything. So, and it's got a button here, click to save your spot. So what you can do is if you click on this, you can actually enter the page or the link to the page, which is going to be your landing page. So that would be your webinar sign up page, whatever landing page you're sending them through to. What I'll do now is if I just show you this insert side. So if you wanted to change a few of these things, you've got quite a few things you can do. Here you can put some HTML in there, you can put social links in there, RSS feeds. The spacer just gives you a bit of space between things. So for instance, if I put a button in, and I just changed this to reserve your seat, and I just wanted to make it look a little bit different, so I could actually change the font size. Let's put the font right up and change the colour of this to quite a light colour, and then change the background to quite a darkish sort of nice blue. You can see that you've got that, but you see this, there's not much space between here. So there's two ways of doing this. You can either make the just click on this custom thing, make the bottom a little bit fatter, so you can do that, or you can take a line break and stick it in there, and that just gives it a bit of distance between the two. So you can do different types of things, but you can see you can very easily change the look and feel. You can drag images in. When you pull an image in to here and you click on the center of that to actually load an image, you can pick on one of the images that you've already got. So for instance, you could pick this image if this is applicable to your webinar. So you can say that that's got an image in there. I don't think it's appropriate to this one, so I can go delete this. So you can take that out, and I'll take this out as well. This is just really to show you the sort of things that you can do in there, make it nice and simple. I might keep that line break in. But that's it. So you've got your email written, all ready to go, and you can just click on next. So now what I've got is my campaign summary. So this is the subject. I'm going out to the main list, but I'm segmenting it to my lead generation system, and it is going to 2 contacts. So that's the title of my segment, so nice and simple. You've got your options down here. When you want to deliver it, you can actually schedule this. So if you want to send this out in a couple of days time because you're not going to be around, you can actually set the time and date for that. So I'm going to say don't schedule. You can send a test to yourself. Now this is quite important. I do this every single time, and the reason why I do it is because you want to make sure that when you send an email out that everything is working in it, all the links are working in it, and it just looks and formats right in your email. So send a test yourself, have a look at it, click on the links, make sure they work, and then once you're satisfied that everything's working, then you can send them. And that's it. So once you're satisfied, you've sent yourself a test, then you can just send now and click on send campaign now. That's it. Very simple. Now it says we're processing your campaign. This will change in a few seconds. It will say we've sent your campaign, and when it's done that, you can start looking at the report. So you can view a report, see who's actually received it, who's opened it, So you can see now it says your campaign has now been sent, and so you can just view a report, make sure that you understand who's opened it, who hasn't. So no one's opened it yet, obviously, because I've literally just sent it. But once you've actually got people opening it, you can see who's opened it, who hasn't, what they've done with it, and you can go back into contacts or click on the contacts here, because it will, in the campaign activity stream, it will say so and so's clicked on it, and you can click on that and see what they've actually done with it as all part of the report. But it's got a whole thing here. It's got what message you sent, so you can actually look at the email that you sent out, opens and reads. It will tell you the percentage of opens and reads, and there's some things we can do on that which we'll do in another video. But that's it. That's basically a very, very easy way of sending out a broadcast email to a tagged audience from your list.